What it do? Y'all already know it's the R files up in here, man. We a little late. We running late. Got some little bit of news that didn't make me too happy, but you know what? I'm not going to let it stop me from doing what we need to do. I promised the R files. I said we're going to do the R files, so here we are. This is what we're doing. But with a change of events, we are going from YouTube to Kick. Look at my beard. Got the juices and berries. Let's go, man. Let's go. You know, we're not playing. Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. But we moving from YouTube to Kick. That's the move. That's what we're doing. You zoom in a little bit here. Boom. A little bit more. But we're going from YouTube to Kick. I just got my Kick going. I got my stream elements happening. I don't know what. Stream Elements is going to be doing on Kick, but I set it up. So we have a few things that we have to do to get monetized on Kick. But so what we're going to be doing all weekend is going live on Kick, getting our viewership up on Kick, getting our numbers up, man. You already know what it is. You already know what it is, man. You know what it is. We building a network over here. We're building a community, a network. This is just one of many that we're developing, that we're growing into something. We have Working Without Feelings, which is Manny's show. Then we got Friendly Fades, which is Trey's show. So we will be doing Friendly Fades over here. Thursday, we are interviewing Evan Bolton. Well, Trey will be interviewing Evan Bolton. That's Friendly Fades. I'll make sure I set up the time. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday. I haven't even told Trey. I haven't told Trey. I haven't told Trey yet, but I got a show for him. It's called Friendly Fades. It's where we're going to be setting up dope talks between fighters and Trey. Me and myself, Trey, but mostly ran by Trey. It's called Friendly Fades. So please support that show, Friendly Fades. Evan Bolton out of Long Beach. He's a Muay Thai champion, some decorated champion like crazy. And then we have Working Without Feelings, which is Manny's show. So we're going to be putting energy into that. We're going to be putting a lot of energy into all those shows, getting them up and running. And then eventually, more than likely, taking those shows to their pages, but we're going to build them up and let them get their feet wet with those shows. And then once they get their feet wet with those shows, they'll take them to their channel. But we're going to build it up here. Friendly Fades with Trey, and then Working Without Feelings with Manny. So there you go. Thank you, everybody, for following on Kick, everybody for going to Kick. I need 250 followers to get the motion for monetization. So I thought somebody was calling me. Hey, Rob Gotti, safe travels, man. Safe travels. I'm going to get out of here from YouTube. I'll stay in here for about another 5 minutes, and then we'll jump off to Kick. That's all I do is yap. Who said too much yapping? Too much yapping. Money Man. That's all I do, man. What do you think you're going to get when you turn on a podcast? You'll get niggas wrestling? It's what they do, talk. It's the whole point of a stream and a podcast. What you want me to do, start breakdancing? You want me to start breakdancing? You want me to start, what you want me to do, man? Want me to start breaking boards? Like, oh, damn, I can't even joke with him, sensitive cuz. I can't even joke with him. I'm laughing. Said, Rios, I'm playing, cuz. Relax. I can't even make a joke. Damn, sensitive ass nigga. Shit. Yapping Pats. I can't even get my hat right now. Like a mirror. Pot Lord sleeping on his podcast. Hey man, that dude's an IRL champ. Money Man, let you go on Ace Boys. I don't think you're entertaining enough, cuz. I don't think you can make it. I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's see how funny you are. If you could make me laugh in here, I invite you to Ace Boys. If you could make me laugh, I invite you on Ace Boys. Hey, Pun is live on Kick too. We all doing this shit, man. It's enough room in here for everybody. We building, man. And you know what? Since it's spooky, scary, hilarious time, also, this is in respect to Pot Lord. Demon time. Let's go. So what time is it? How long we been on? We've been on for about 12 minutes. So about 2 more minutes, we're going to jump over to Kick. We're going to jump over to Kick. I love this, man. I love this. But yeah, look out for Working Without Feelings, Manny Show, and then Friendly Fates, Trey. We're going to be talking to fighters. We're going to be getting fighters over here. We get trainers. We get all that mixed martial arts, boxing, MMA, Muay Thai, all forms of fighting. We get some slap people, the people that be slapping, all that. But, all right. YouTube, we out. We over at Kick With It. So I don't know if you guys have heard the story of this young lady who lied. This is like really actually creepy ass shit. Imagine adopting a little disabled girl that was crippled or whatever. She's disabled, but you end up finding out that she's having a period. You think she's like 6 years old, but she ends up having like a period. Ends up hiding her periods, has pubic hair, and you brought this little girl into your house thinking it was a baby, but only to find out it's a full-grown woman. You've been holding her, feeding her, doing all kinds of stuff with her.
Talking about a true crime story now. Talking about a true crime story.
Let's get to it.
Wilson is here now. Hello, David.
Lovely to see you both.
This is one of the strangest cases we've ever had you on to talk about.
You know that old adage, the truth is stranger than fiction? This story demonstrates that. It's got more twists and turns than a B road in the Highlands. Ultimately, it's a story that's going to shock, amaze, horrify, and ultimately it made me very angry.
So there's a movie on Netflix about this girl, and it's called Natalia Grace. It's Natalia Grace, and she is. What would you do if you came home and the little baby that you adopted was on her period, had pubic hair when you gave her a shower, gave her a bath, now she got pubic hair and all this stuff, she's not a baby? What you gonna do?
Adoption is a blessing for all involved, but it's also complicated, especially when the child is from another country and critical details sometimes fall through the cracks. Details like birth dates. An Indiana couple named Michael and Christine Barnett adopted a Ukrainian-born child in 2010. They were parents already, biologically 3 times over, all boys. They believed they were welcoming a 6-year-old daughter who was born with a form of dwarfism that is often disabling. Her name? Natalia Grace.
Try not to laugh.
Presumably the Barnetts saw at least the possibility of a rocky transition from a Ukrainian orphanage to a series of foster homes to a forever home in Indiana. But they never expected to be in an Indiana courtroom 2 years later, asking a judge to change Natalia's legal age from 8 to 22.
22.
Almost from the start, they suspected their new addition was much older than the adoption papers stated. She had permanent teeth, the couple claimed, and pubic hair. And she had started her periods. quote, her records were falsified, Michael declared in a TV interview, and, quote, this is an adult masquerading as a child, end quote. The court granted their petition. 1 year later, in 2013, Natalia Grace's forever home became her former home. The Barnetts moved her out and set her up in her own apartment. And then Michael, Christine, and the three boys, they all moved to Canada. Their eldest son, Jake, is autistic, but
They got the hell out of there. There's a movie on Netflix. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but it's supposedly, I think it is out. It's on Netflix. Watch the show, watch this, but keep listening. They got the hell out of there. It was so bad.
a math and science savant. At 15, he started graduate studies in theoretical physics in Ontario. Christine wrote a whole memoir about him called The Spark, and he was profiled on 60 Minutes.
For Jake, fun is reciting from memory the infinite series of numbers known as pi.
3.14159265358979323846264338327.
For Natalia Grace, the Barnetts were a fading memory. They'd cut off all contact, and the reason wasn't a mystery. Not to Natalia, anyway. But the world wouldn't learn for another 6 years exactly why the Ukrainian special needs orphan was disowned. In 2019, the state of Indiana charged Michael and Christine Barnett, by then divorced, with neglect of a dependent. And the floodgates opened.
Did y'all hear that? They said the neglect of a dependent because she was a dependent on them. It was like, man, we are not taking care of this adult. But they adopted her. They adopted her and they were her dependents. She was dependent on them.
The former couple went public with bizarre allegations that the little girl they'd adopted, hobbled by dwarfism, not only was a grown-up, but a sociopath, they said. They called Natalia, quote, a con artist who supposedly tried to kill Christine at least twice, first by poisoning her coffee.
Natalia would do things like place clear thumbtacks on the stairs face up so that when we would walk up the stairs, we would be stepping on thumbtacks to pain and injure ourselves. She had attempted to kill my wife for the second time, this time by trying to pull her into an electric fence.
This should be happening to the right people. This be happening to the right people, man. Because Lord knows, if this happens to the wrong people, I got you around my kids. I got you around my autistic son. I got you around, and you an adult, and you putting thumbtacks and doing shit. They lucky it happened to them because it happened to me. Field goal. Field goal. Laces inside or outside? Laces inside or outside? Because I'm about to boot. Oh, man. Imagine.
She was hiding knives in our couches. She was talking about she was going to kill family members. She's standing in the middle of the room and she would say, I'm waiting for the right time. She poisoned people. She put chemicals in the coffee.
Natalia denied it all.
Do you think that happened?
No. She said that I hid knives on top of the fridge, under the fridge, in the cabinets, even on her office desk.
How did you get something on top of the refrigerator?
I can't even reach it. Not even with a chair, I couldn't reach it.
What about your period? Let's talk about your period. Dr. Phil, ask her about her period, Dr. Phil. Fuck a refrigerator, and on top of the refrigerator, we know she's limited in height.
Natalia sat down with Dr. Phil the year the Barnetts were charged.
Did you ever want to stab them?
No.
Did you ever make plans to stab them?
No. If I ever went in the room, it was to wake
out
them
to
up because I was
Jerry.
either
Thank you
scared
for
of a
following.
nightmare or something like that. But I never went in their room. I didn't.
For Michael Barnett's trial, the state tracked down Natalia.
Never went in their room. I didn't.
For
scared of a nightmare or something like that. But I never went in their room. I didn't.
That might have been a part of Dorfism.
It was to wake them up because I was either scared of a nightmare or something like that. But I never went in their room. I didn't.
For Michael Barnett's trial, the state tracked down Natalia's birth mother and determined that if the backdated birth certificate was right,
shit.
if Natalia really had been born way back in 1989 as the probate court had ruled,
Why
instead
they
of
not
2000,
asking her the right questions? I need Natalia Grace on the reality check sofa. So, you got your period at 6? At 6 years old? Who helped you during this period? Like, what's going on? Nobody wants to ask her that? Like, that's the questions you should be asking. What? Don't nobody give a damn about no top of no refrigerator and your excuse about not going. Why you going in their bedroom? Oh, I was scared at night. Like, I don't care about none of that. I want to know about the physical attributes. Why did you have all this stuff going on? Shout out to Kevin Finley. Thank you for the super chat. She a real life Delawinde. Right, Kevin. Right. She a real life Delawinde. She a real life one. And she evil. And she evil. I don't get shit, man. I don't get people like how they and then they get in trouble and go to jail or get in trouble with the law because she's a dependent on them, but she's an adult. She's 22. The state can take care of her. The county can take care of her. Why I gotta take care of her? The damn Dilo Winde got me all messed up.
2003, as the adoption papers said, then her mother would have had to have given birth at the age of 10. An investigation discovery docuseries called The Curious Case of Natalia Grace took the further step of DNA testing Natalia herself. Their findings? She probably was closer to 9 than 6 when the Barnetts brought her home, but she was nowhere near 20. The jury found Michael not guilty of neglect, and the charges against Christine, those were dropped. In the meantime, Michael would blame his wife for.
So, the interesting part is, so if she was closer to 9, but she's on her period, so she was right or were they right? Why they go to jail? Why they get in trouble? But then they drop the charges? What's the deal?
For everything.
I had the same monster you did. I was exceptionally controlled and put down and threatened, was minimalized. Anything that was who I was ripped from me, and I was guided and instructed to be exactly what she wanted me to be. I tried to leave her no less than 10 times.
Michael and Natalia sat down together for the first time in a decade as part of this year's sequel to the Curious Case documentary called Natalia
I'm not believing it.
Speaks. Christine Barnett did not appear, but was very much part of the narrative.
Christine said that adopting me was this mission of love.
D. Lewinde, our little girl. D. Lewinde, our little girl. You be the judge. 2120 with Rios.
And never once did I see any love. I feel like it was a mission of like boosting her ego.
With cameras rolling, it was Natalia's turn to make accusations. She said Christine beat her and pepper sprayed her, and then invented
Beating and pepper spraying a dwarf is a different kind of abuse. She beat her and pepper sprayed her. Either one day or not. She probably was thinking she was evil. I don't know, man. You be the judge. 2120 with Rios.
invented new forms of cruelty.
Like, just looking at the house, like, it just reminds me of when Christine had me walk all the way around the block with no shoes. And my feet were bleeding by the time I got to the steps.
Wow.
And she was mad about it.
In a Facebook
Oh my God, somebody said she all little mad at this shit.
post, now deleted, Christine denies, quote, any abuse of Natalia, end quote, and says Natalia remains, quote, a very much loved and cared for member of my family, end quote. But she doesn't take back any of her accusations, and in the very same post calls Natalia, quote, a sociopath. In 2023, Natalia Grace was adopted again by an Indiana minister named Antoine Mans and his wife Cynthia.
In 2023, she's an adult. How is she adopted as an adult? How do you adopt an adult? In Jesus' name.
The Manses had taken her in a decade earlier, soon after the Barnetts had put her out.
Get that impression.
They all appeared together on Dr. Phil, and Cynthia testified on Natalia's behalf at Michael Barnett's trial, which made an unexpected phone call to the producers of the ID series even more of a bombshell. Just days before the premiere of Natalia Speaks, Antoine Mans told the producers, quote, something ain't right with Natalia. This girl is tweaking.
Something ain't right with Natalia. This girl's tweaking. Day or not, 2121 with Rios.
End quote. The phone call aired in the final moments of the series' final episode.
If she led to us, we have held her hostage, made us look like we're the enemy.
Natalia stabbing her family in the back over a complete lie.
We're done. Yeah. We're done with her.
But then, another 180. The very next week, Cynthia Mans told an interviewer, and I quote, we are absolutely perfect. No, she doesn't live with us, but we are fine. We gonna make it, end quote. And Natalia Grace? She's fine too, or so she says. On January 5th, she told her Instagram followers, thank you all for your support and prayers. I wish I could tell you more, but I signed an agreement with the Curious Case show to keep things confidential for now. Just know I am okay. Love y'all.
What?
Hashtag safe. Hashtag living my best life. And we now know that she's been living that best life with Vincent and Nicole DePaul, a couple with dwarfism like Natalia, whom she's known for more than a decade. There's also a boyfriend who lives in the UK and whom Natalia met online. And accusations that the Manses were only using Natalia and their many other adopted kids for money. Again, accusations. And Natalia's sudden move from family number 2 to family number 3 just before Christmas a year ago? Well, that was the stuff of spy movies. Take a look.
Oh, come on, Natalia.
I'm confused. Why does she keep getting adopted as an adult? How other dwarfs gonna adopt you? How is some other dwarfs gonna adopt you? Like they're dwarfs as well. They got issues they damn self. How they adopt you? Why you keep needing to be adopted as an adult? I'm gonna give it till 6:25, and I'm shutting down YouTube and I'm going over to Kick.
Oh, there she is. There she is. There she is. She's confused. Can I help?
Why are they talking about her like that? Like, there she is. There she is. It's not like she can move fast. Nigga. Like, it's not like she can run or she's like inconspicuous. She's 2 feet tall with Frankenstein shoes on. She's 2 feet tall with Frankenstein shoes on. Why y'all acting like she about to get away or she about to do some ninja shit? She's an adult that got to get adopted. Something obviously wrong.
Gotta do this quick. Hi, Natalia. This is our driver. My mom's there. Hi. Hi. Hi.
I know I'm just not know-it-all right now. I'm freaking out.
You okay? No.
It's okay.
I know. It's just really hard. I know. You need help? Okay. Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love you. I love you. Oh my God. I'm hyperventilating right now.
My dad is gonna snap.
My dad is going to snap.
It's just so much to talk about there, honestly. But the curious case of Natalia Grace, the final chapter, that is streaming right now on Max. Adoption.
What? We have no answers. We have no answers. That was the most confusing shit ever. Who we got to talk to? Who do we have to talk to figure out what happened with this little Dilawende or not? Let's find out. 2021. 2121 with Rios. We're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to investigate this shit.
Today,
I just want people to hear my side.
in a Dr. Phil exclusive,
A story making headlines around the world.
was this adopted Ukrainian orphan
Are you a 33-year-old scam artist?
masked
33. Do you guys want to hear from Natalia? Do y'all want to hear Dr. Phil's interview or y'all want to hear from Natalia? Because Natalia speaks for herself. We can go to Natalia or we can stay here. But let me get out of let me read these super chats on YouTube real quick and then we're gonna get out of here. Polar Bear, super chat. Are we still getting Ace Boys Worldwide today? Yeah, we're getting Ace Boys Worldwide. Kevin Finley, super chat. She a real life Dilawende. Shout out to Kevin Finley, always supporting. Bella, Dilawende, dildo. If you know, you know. Let's get weird, but keep it a hug still. Shout out to the queens in the chat, the fellas, and you, Rios. Thank you very much, Bella. I appreciate you. I'm going to drop the kick in here one more time, and then we're closing out YouTube. That's it. We out.